What's happening, guys? We're Daniel Defense, and this is a big day for me. When I got out of the military, I got a shiny new Daniel Defense rifle. It was like my first nice gun I ever got. It was a very long time ago, and here I am at Daniel Defense, ready to make a Warrior Poet Daniel Defense rifle. I'm thrilled. Let's do rifle things.
The critical components that make the gun work, we have to make here so that way we can guarantee the function of the rifle.
Got it.
Those forgings are going to be fed onto these machines, these Okumas, and eventually turned into a lower receiver group.
I've loved Daniel Defense for ages. It was about a decade ago before I bought my very first really nice rifle, not the pawn shop special. I had one of those, but an M4A1, all jazzed up. It's now my home defense gun, so it has this sentimental space right by my bed. So if any bad guys come and knocking, I'm ready to roll with my old Daniel Defense. And here we are doing a collab. Y'all have never done one with anyone before.
Man, I tell you what, we're super excited about the opportunity, right? What you're doing at Warrior Poet Society and what we're doing here at Daniel Defense kind of coincide with one another, and I think it's a great collaboration.
The Daniel Defense Warrior Poet Society collaborative rifle, it's in an OD green Cerakote, which Daniel Defense has never done for an AR-15 platform. The muzzle device is a Surefire War Comp, which I love because it mitigates flash so that you can fight in the dark with it really well. You can also mount a can directly to it, and it has porting, which keeps the muzzle down when you shoot. The barrel is a 14.5-inch cold hammer forged barrel. The muzzle device is pinned to it, so everything is compliant. The rail is a RIZ3 12.5-inch free float handguard with integrated QD swivel attachment points. The Daniel Defense patented bolt-up system allows the free float handguard to be firmly anchored to the upper receiver while keeping the barrel locked in tight as well. Some people would call this overkill, and I would agree. Overkill is awesome. Warrior Poet branding is on both sides, with the shield on the right and the WPS M4A1 on the other side. The selector level is a ambidextrous 45-degree throw by Radian, and also an ambidextrous Radian charging handle. And to top it off, Daniel Defense furniture with rubberized textured grip, which I particularly love and demand on the back of the buttstock. The rail scales on the 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock positions on the rail for added texture so that your hand's able to really pull back well on the gun. The rail scales carve P on the front so that you can pull back against it, and also you can brace against things when shooting. There's all kinds of ways to accessorize a gun. I love Daniel Defense because of what's in it, the internals, mainly the barrel. To me, by far most important part of the gun, and the next thing is the bolt. Tell me Cold Hammer Forge.
All right, so the hammer forging process, well, it makes the barrel extremely durable. It also does a couple other things. Mechanically hardening the steel and making a more concentric bore makes that gun much more accurate. At the same time, we're able to, because we're not cutting away on the inside, we can take more material off the outside of the barrel, which ultimately results in a lighter barrel profile. You want to make sure that from the beginning of the process, you're doing all those steps right, and it's going to ultimately result in a barrel that's going to last 20 to 30,000 rounds for the average shooter.
So after the Cold Hammer forging process, can you confirm that it'll summon the Bifrost?
Yeah. At the heart of every good rifle, at the heart especially of every Daniel Defense rifle, is the Cold Hammer forged barrel. It's the reason why our barrels have been chosen by SOCOM, by almost every federal agency in the United States of America, and multiple governments abroad.
So you're a former Ranger. We have some other dudes at Daniel Defense who are Rangers, and my buddy Matt I crashed at his place last night, was from 2nd Ranger Battalion, and now he's on the floor. He's got a fake leg. He got blown off. Did y'all Cole Hammer forge that leg? Let me see your bum leg, your fake leg. Your Luke Skywalker leg.
That's a 308.
Did they Cold Hammer forge that for you?
They did.
So there's assembling a rifle. That's where you take a few parts, you put it together, and you hope that thing sings. And then there's building a rifle. I don't want to tinker around. You can be a pro race car driver, or you can be a really good mechanic. You can't be both. And so I want someone else to piddle with a car so I can just drive. The metaphor for you guys who suck at metaphors is I want someone else to build my gun so I can get an amazing gun and be able to run that girl well. Daniel Defense, I know, has a fully transferable lifetime warranty. So if you have the gun and something goes wrong, you'd be like, this isn't working right. Daniel Defense solved the problem. And then they do it. No questions asked. Suck on that, bargain bin rifle. That seems so pretentious. Daniel Defense is what I'd call a premium rifle, which should cost a lot more, but because they do everything in-house, they can give a highest level premium gun for a reasonable price. Now, for some people, no thanks. They're with the cheapest build they can, and I say, hey, power on. But for my part, my go-to rifle, no sir. I'm gonna buy once, cry once, and this, I'm not crying at all. I like this gun. A lot goes into it. During our tour, we came across this big bin filled with all kinds of parts, and they looked perfectly awesome to me. I'm like, what's wrong with this? And it ended up being like 0.02 microns off, and so I'm kind of like, but it's an amazing part. But they have an incredible attention to detail, which actually, in retrospect, at first I'm kind of like, you guys are wasting perfectly acceptable stuff. I'm like, no, they have a commitment toward perfection. And so in further circumspection, I was kind of like, hey, rock on, guys. You're doing the thing. Good job. Premium rifle should have absolutely meticulous selection of premium stuff. So, bravo. But I still want to totally pocket all of those bad parts, which are what all the other rifles are made out of. Check out this gun, guys. You're gonna be interested in this gun, especially when other cool things are surrounding that gun. We don't sell any guns, but if you click the link down below, you'll be able to read and find out more. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Go ahead and give us a like down in the comments. Yes, get the tool, get the training, be super lethal, be super safe. I'm out.
My name is Matt Waters. I work here at Daniel Defense. John and I go way back. He was in my wedding. We were in the same battalion together, and he reached out to me, wanted a job, so naturally I did John a solid and got him a job here at Daniel Defense. What are you doing?
Hot hammer forging this magazine.
He's not gonna cut it. We catch him doing the weirdest things. Trying to get the guy to work is a task.
I like full on that.
Yeah. And seriously, who brings cookies with their face on it? Regrettably, I had to let him go.